Okay, so now we're gonna put the handle and the seagrass into the rim of the basket. And I want the handle to be opposite of where the outer rim meets up and the inner rim meets up. So where those ends overlap, I'm going to go opposite of that. So those are here. I'll put the handle eyes here. So rotate it so that it's working away from you so you have some good leverage on it, and lift off that clamp and grab one of your basket eyes. This little guy will fit into the side here. So what I'm gonna do is take a straight tip packer, and there are the folded over stakes that we did earlier when we cut and tucked. The stake that we tucked into the side, I want the arm or one of the arms of the eye, the basket handle eye, to go into the inner or into the basket and in between that curve of the tucked section. So I'm going to lift the rim out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. This stake is folded over, and I want the eye to fit under here like this. So kind of lift it up with your straight tip packer and then slide in the eye like so. And in order to do that, what I did was gently bend the arms so that I created a curve that mimicked the curve of the side of the basket. So you can just kind of do that with your fingers, curve it, and then slide it in. And you can try to get it under the next one over. So I have it under a folded stake here. I want it to go under this stake as well. So you can try to get it under there by looping it in, pushing it through that loop, lifting this up a bit, and pressing it in like that, like so. And then use your tool to straighten out those legs. So right now it's all bent and going every which way. So you can grab either your pliers or your straight tip packer and work on straightening that out in that space. So now it's sticking out on this side. You can straighten that out, bend it the direction I need it to go. And I want it to be flush up against the side of the basket. So where it's sticking out here a little bit, I'll go in and bend it back with my pliers until it's where I want it to be. So this right here will be a nice secure hold for the basket handle. It's tucked in there, it's pretty sturdy. That'll make a nice handle hold for your basket. So press the folded over stakes down just to make sure they're back where they started. Lift your rim back up so that it's back over top of that top weaver, and there's your first eye tucked in to the top of the basket. Now let's do that for the other side. So opposite of where you started, and you can figure this out by following the stake. You're right on top of a stake, so follow that stake down inside the basket, straight across and back up. Now this is the stake I'll be working on right here, right in here. So I'll lift this clamp off, slide this out of my way. So now this is interesting. I'll be putting the eye right on top of that folded over stake. It's a tucked stake, unlike this one where we put it over a cut stake. So I actually will be tucking my arms out a little bit further under this stake and this stake here. So it'll be easier to do to lift this up and slide that leg in, and then move over here, lift this up a bit, make some room, and slide this side of the leg in as well. So it's not as secure, but we'll be lashing the rim around that eye, and so it will hold it in place. So lift your rim back up over the eye. Make sure it's centered so that part of it's going under the two stakes that you've tucked it under, so that it's not poking out of one side or the other. and that is your second eye. So you have 2 eyes to connect your handle to. Okay, so to put on the handle, we need to dig out our eyes. This one's poking out fine. We need to come over here and find this one. This guy is pretty hidden, tucked under there. So I'm gonna reach in there with my hacker and pull them out. And if that doesn't work, you can grab them with the pliers. And just pull him out of that space. So he's sticking out again. You have your eyes out, grab your handle section, and we're going to loop this around. So bring it around. This is important in order for the handle to stand up straight. Bring it around and loop it through like so that your handle can stand up. Thread that down. You want this to go in like that on that side, and then you can readjust your handle out to the shape you want it. That's the nice thing about these wire handles, is you can readjust the shape and the curve to how you want them. And then to get them to stay into place, tuck it under your arm, bring your pliers in, and crimp it down and closed. Bring it close together, like so, and then pinch it to the side so that it's all the way together, and then rotate and do the other side. And I suggest, I have pliers here that have grooves on them. If you have smooth tip pliers, that's a lot better because it doesn't create scratches in the handle. And then pinch like so. And then last step is adjust your handle to the shape you want by just moving it around. And there's your swing handle. So this is your completed basket. Next I'll go over finishing steps for your basket.